Yeah, online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Clear, guys? Anyone has any questions? Uh, yeah, it is clear, right? Able to see my screen? Done. So let's start the session. So in the last class, we are discussing about the steps involved in the data analytics project. You have written the notes, and also we are discussing about the pandas and how to load the data, and within the data, how to first head means it will give the first records, tail means last records, shape and size, and we have discussed columns, data types and info, and if you want to rename, how you have to rename, right? And to check the missing values and to check the unique values of the each column, and value counts means each category and their count of the each column. For how many columns are there? Every column. And any n unique will give the number of unique values, and value counts will give the category and their counts, right? So these are the things which we have covered in the previous class, and I asked you to frame the questions also, right? For on the given data set, try to frame maximum number of questions. See here, first point, you'll ask a basic question. What is the first basic question? Means, sir, during the data analysis, what is meant by data analysis? What is meant by data analysis? This is the question number 1. Okay. Now, what is data analysis means? Data analysis is nothing but analyzing the data. Okay. Okay. This is the meaning. What is data analysis means? Analyzing what are the given data is there, analyzing the given data, right? This is the question. Now, okay, we are analyzing the data. Okay, question number 1 is clear. Question number 2, how we have to do the data analysis? Analyzing what we have to analyze, how we have to write. Means here data analysis means analyze, as I've told you, analyzing the data, right? What is this analyzing the data is nothing but observing the data. So here you have to make the multiple questions on the given data. You have to think of multiple questions on the data, and you have to get the answers on the data. Answers for your questions. For your questions, what are the answers are there? So what is the multiple questions you have to create? You can't create the multiple questions like this, whether next movie of the Prabhas will superhit or not. That is not the question now. What question you have to apply? The question which is related to the data set. The questions which are not related to data set, we can't apply. Questions which are related to the data set, which are related to the business problem. Multiple questions on the given business problem. First understand the business problem, and for that business problem, whatever the questions are applicable, you have to think from that point of view. If you are working as a here restaurant data means you have to think from the restaurant owner point of view. If you are working from automobile means you have to think from that point of view. Your HR data analysis you are doing means HR point of view. So if a HR is there, in the HR in the company, what HR will do? What HR will do? What is the work of HR? Generally morning to evening, what the HRs will do? All these things you should know. Sir, I don't know about the HR work, sir. Then you have to do the research. Google is there. And you have to do the research. None of the person knows everything. For example, if I'm working on the banking data, do you think that I have worked earlier in the bank? Or any relative is there in the bank? Maybe, may not be. Here, that is not the point. When I'm working on one data set, that particular data set, I have to understand everything. That only called as data understanding. Okay. On the day 1, when you're working in the real life, once you join in the company, and once they share you that on the first day of the company, they'll discuss with you the project, right? They will discuss project, and they will keep this project related files. What is files means? In this business problem will be there, along with the data set will be there. Files means that. project files are already shared to your mail, miss. What is the meaning, miss? They have shared the business problem and along with the data set they have shared to us. That is the meaning. Now, once they have shared us, now once we open the business problem, they'll write in the Word document. What are the requirement is that they'll write in the Word document. On the day one, are we going to open the Jupyter notebook? Means not only day one, day two, day three, day four. First 4 days, you will not even open the Jupyter notebook. Then what will open, sir? Not Power BI, not any tool, SQL or that one, this one. Only one thing you'll open. What is that is called as your Chrome or web browser. What are the web browser is there? Na? That one only you'll open. In the Google, you'll type the questions about the business problem. For example, you have received suddenly one healthcare project. Diabetic data set you have received. Do you know what is diabetic? Diabetic means sugar. On what criteria you will get? What is the minimum value? What is the maximum value? When the maximum value crosses, what happens to a person? When the minimum value drops, what happens to a person? A person is alive means what is the minimum sugar to what is the maximum sugar levels? All these questions I also don't know. If you ask me about the diabetic, maybe I'm familiar with the diabetic because I have worked with that data set, or in my house, my mother is having the diabetic. So I'm familiar with that. What is the medicine is for diabetic means metformin, which I know. But if you ask some other disease, which I am not familiar, from where I have to bring that one means research only. Some person will come and he will say some disease name. Do you know about that disease means? No. Then what do you have to do? Check in the Google only, na? Same thing. So like this, we are going to check in the Google. First, we'll understand the business problem. This checking in the Google and understanding the business problem is called as research. Means by default, a data analyst should be a good researcher. That is the minimum criteria. Every data analyst or data scientist, by default, they should be a good researcher. When they don't know about anything, they should have the habit of checking in that and the habit of learning, because they are going to work on the different domains. We are not the for example chemist, for example statistician, he'll work only on the statistics. The person who is working in the Reddy labs as a chemist, he will work only on the chemicals. He no need to learn the Python, he no need to learn anything, he knows only the chemicals. But here we are not in that category. Here we have to learn everything. You may work on the insurance data set, then you should know what is insurance. You should work in the healthcare data set, then you should know what is that type of problem. When you're working in the finance, you should know what is credit card, what is fraudulent transaction, what is meant by secure loan, what is unsecured loan. When you're working in telecom, you should know telecom technical terms. When you're working in e-commerce, you should know e-commerce technical terms. If you don't know, you have to check, research. Still after doing the research also, still you are not able to understand. For example, you have received one rocket related information. Rocket project you are working. In the rocket, there is a specific campus. Technical word is called as specific campus. A column name is called as specific campus. And here values are there. You don't know what is specific campus. In this class, how many know specific campus? Raise your hand. Is that clear now? So none of the person knows anything. Okay. One person has raised the hand. Who knows about that? Right? So in terms to whether you know raise or to say no, you have raised. Sorry, I didn't understand. Shanku, do you know? Do you know, right? Okay, done. So what is specific campus? Some specific campus is there. Okay. Now you have typed in the Google. What is specific campus? You have not understand. Then what you are going to do? Because you are not from that department. So after typing, you have tried to learn, but still you have not understood. Then what you are going to do? Means you are going to work with in your team, there will be domain expert. That person name is called as domain expert. Okay. and we are going to take the support of domain expert to understand the technical words. Sir, how we can know he is a domain expert? When you are starting a project on the day one itself, your manager will introduce who are the entire team. This team is going to work as a data engineer. This person is going to work for us for web development. This person is going to work in our team as this one. They'll explain who is the team members are working and who are the members. According to the members, we'll coordinate in the team. When we get a wrong data, we'll coordinate with the data engineer. And we'll ask, this is a wrong data here. Something is the problem is there. Could you check from your end? So here, when we are working on the new project, automatically they'll assign one domain expert, and we are going to connect with the domain expert for technical knowledge. And we are going to frame the questions. Finally, first we have to understand the business problem. Here I have started with a simple data called as restaurant data because you are familiar. Every student in the class familiar with what is restaurant. In the restaurant, what will be there? Okay, this is the basic one. Since all of them are familiar, I have chosen this. On the day one itself, if I choose the big project or which is untechnical words are there, we can't move the further. So I have chosen a simple data set where it is a restaurant data set. Here you have to frame the various questions. And for questions, you will get the outputs. Now, in that outputs, you are going to observe any difference is there or something, almost everything is same. All these things you are going to observe. And if it is important point, you will make note of that. And what are the important points you have made a note? All those important points only called as report. Is the point is clear, everyone? That is only called as a report. So you only have to frame the questions. Now the second question is, sir, how many questions we have to frame, sir? Like that, if you frame, multiple questions will be there, right? Next, how many questions has to frame? First, let us talk on the how many questions has to frame. The more number of questions you frame, the more you understand about the data. For example, in this class, how many of you are from IT background, non-IT background? If I ask, I'll get one answer. I'll understand some students are from IT, these students are non-IT. When I ask which students are having the experience, how many of you are freshers, then I'll understand something. If I ask in terms of how many has having the knowledge of Python before itself, or how many of you are having some SQL knowledge, like this, the multiple questions I ask about the student, I can understand more about the student. And if I ask, yesterday only I have told you that practice every day, and I asked to revise, and I asked also to open the stopwatch and to write the note of that. How many have done? Raise your hand. If I ask like this, I'll understand about the how many students are listening my words. For example, in this class, if I ask to raise 20 out of 50 students, 20 students has raised. Means remaining 30 students, either they have forgot, either they have ignored. Out of these two, one has to be done. Important point of, so they have forgot means it is unimportant point or important point? Important point. Important point also they have forgot means that we have to understand. We should not scold the student. Okay, his mentality is this one. Understand and ignore. Which student has working with us? Okay, this student is understanding like this, understand and ignore. So here only observations we are going to do. We are not going to scold them because only simple reason is if you have to scold and if you have to give the warnings or this one, that one, we have to treat them as LKG students. For LKG students, I have to scold. For LKG students, I have to ask, show your hand, I will beat once with a scale like this. You are not LKG students, I am not the LKG teacher. You are already matured and you know, if you practice, you will get the jobs. If you don't practice, you don't get the jobs. That statement you don't know. Huh? How many of you don't know that one? Everyone knows. But you are not doing means that is your individual choice. After knowing also you are not doing means that is your individuality, right? Simple. For individual, we can't do anything. They have already decided something to do like this means we can't do anything. We can't force them. Right? Just we can observe them. One of the person to my friend I have told, "Arey, this movie is worst movie. Don't go. You'll get headache almost." But still he has went. Assume what we call it as nothing. He is interested. Our work is our what we have to do. We have done. Now what he has interested, he will do according to his choice. Now I told as a trainer, practice every day. As a student, that is your individual choice. In my case, my friend is then in the same way. Whether you do or not to do. After listening the movie is a worst movie and it is a headache movie also, still I want to go, miss, go. Similarly, I told the importance of practice. Still I not practice, miss, don't practice. What I can do? Same logic, na? But here, in my case, my friend, I have observed, na? After saying that this movie is headache movie also, he has went, miss, what I have observed there? This person will not listen to my words. Next time, are you going to give the suggestion for him? Now, the same friend, one more time, if he asks me about the movie, what I will say? Yeah, it's your choice, sir. Simply, I will say like this. Whether you want to go, go. Otherwise, no. It's your choice. I will not say about my review or say anything. Because he is not going to accept my review. When why I have to say? Same way to the students also. Right? Point is very simple here. Now, we are going to observe only. We are not going to change anything. Because this is already completed. This is not yet to be completed. This is past data. What we are working in the class is past data, not the future data. Past we can observe. Future we can predict. Okay. Here we are observing just only the observations. Right. So based on the observations and we are going to make a note. So multiple observations if you make, the more the data analysis you'll do. Now, so data analytics project, what are the steps involved in the data analytics project is then any data analytics project from the scratch, if you start, it would be around 3 months. 3 months is the project time overall. Okay. Out of week, 3 months means it is close to 3 into 4, 12 weeks of schedule. Out of 12 weeks, first week will be only to understand for our business problem. To understand the business problem only, first week will be gone. Without opening the Jupyter notebook only the web browser, to open the web browser and check in the chat GPT, Google only 1 week will be gone. 1 week means 5 into 8 hours, 40 hours we are going to spend on the business problem. It is not 5 minutes or something like that. Some person will say about the business problem, I understood. What you understood? Nothing you will understand in 5 minutes. So it is going to take time to understand the first business problem more detailedly. After understanding the business problem, first 1 week, later we are going to collect the data and we'll load the data and we'll do the data cleaning, right? This will take around 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Only data cleaning all will be done. I'm saying for the huge data, not for the small data sets. According to the size of the data set, time also will be dependent, project will be dependent, money also will be dependent. If you are working on a small data, the salary will be less. When you are working on a large data, the salary will be more. Because automatically time will be more. Now, so here it is going to be the 2 weeks. Now, after 3 weeks of completion of this one, now remaining balance weeks is there now. Almost we are going to spend close to 8 weeks of time. Close to 8 weeks or close to not even 8 weeks means 6 weeks. Minimum 6 weeks we are going to spend on the data analysis. What is meant by 6 weeks? 1 week means 8 into, okay, 8 hours into 5 days. That is nothing but 40 hours. Into 6 weeks means 240 hours we are going to spend overall for doing the data analysis. And if you get for every one question, first you will think one question and you will write the answer. Okay, you will try to get that output. In your mind, some question is there. For that question, you want to see the answer means first you have to write the code. With the code, after writing the code, you will get the output. Now that takes 10 minutes of time. assume it takes 10 minutes of time. Again, you are writing the second question. Again, it takes, so per day, for 1 hour, how many questions you are going to frame? 6 questions in 1 hour. Okay, to get right, think the question and to write the code and observe the output. Three of them. It is a combination of three of them. One question means first we have to think about the question. Think about one new question. For that question, we have to write the code. And after writing the code, it will give one output. We have to observe the output. What are the output we have received? And like this, for one question, in 1 hour, we are going to create the 6 questions. In one day, how many questions? 8 into 6, 48 questions. Like that, 6 weeks. So one day, 48 questions means per week, 5 days will be there. For week, only 240 questions will be created. 6 weeks. How many questions will be created? Point is clear? So multiple questions we are going to generate. Example purpose I am saying. Don't worry, that many questions will not be there. Example purpose. So time will be sufficient to generate the questions. So maximum amount of time we are going to have dedicate, and we'll analyze the data and we'll observe the data. For all these questions, what we require is pandas. How we are going to do is by using this. So based on your question, you have to write the codes. Every code will be decided first question. Without question, what code I have to write means I also don't know now. What code I have to write? If any student comes, sir, I have got a data set, sir. Here, what I have to write means? What you have to write means? What you are thinking that you have to write. What you are thinking means first think the question. For the question, write the code. Without question, what code you will write? What code you will write for the question? Sir, I want to practice, sir. After the class in the lab, I am practicing, sir. Sir, while practicing, what I have to do? First think the question only, na? What question? Should I practice or not? Not that question. In the question, how to extract the first row? That is the question. Then you will write the answer to extract the first row. How to extract the first row, fourth row, seventh row? You will write the answer. How to extract first 10 rows? How to extract the last 10 rows? Like that, you have to frame the questions. What are the questions I will give in the daily task, right? The same way you have to create the questions. The only difference, initially I have given the questions for you. Daily task I have shared. After that, NumPy I have not given the daily task. In the pandas also I have not given the daily task. The reason why is now you have to think about the questions while practicing. That is the reason I have not shared the questions. But now I'll share the questions. So last 2 days and 3 days, why I have not shared means I want to see whether students will think about the questions. Since questions are not there, will not do the practice, they will do like this. How many of you have practiced in the last 3 to 4 days? Raise your hand, please. While practicing, how you created the questions? Your own questions only, right? In your mind, something will be there. And for that one, you write the codes. That is the work of data analyst, basically. You are eligible to be as a data analyst. Whoever has done like that, you are eligible, basically. Others who has not done, you are unfit, basically. Literally, you are unfit. Because when questions are there only, I will do means tomorrow in the company, who will give the questions? Right? If question is not there, if work, then you will not do anything. So you don't know how to frame one question also. For example, I have told you two 2D arrays are there and V stack, H stack. You want to practice. While practicing, you can't create two dimensional arrays, two arrays A and B. And now if I want to add these two side by side, what I have to do? If I want to add top and bottom, what I have to do? You can't create a question like this. That one also has to be given in the task. For me, sharing is not a problem, guys. If I share, it will be spoon feeded. Now, when it is spoon feeded, automatically, when you are in the training, you will be very happy You're very easy and everything. And at the end, you'll give me a very good feedback also. But once you go into the company, there the problem starts. Sir, what you have done in the class here, it is not relevant, sir. Why it will be not relevant means this is the problem. When you do on your own, once you join in the company, sir, almost what we do in the lab now, sir, that is only we are doing, sir. No difference. Like this, you will say. Things are clear. So now what are the questions? How many have you framed the questions yesterday night as a task? Right? Again. How many questions you have framed? Approximately? Huh? Right? So now you have framed, right, questions. Your questions only is your assignment. Questions are there in your notes. I want the answers for that one. That is your assignment. Okay. What are the questions you have created? Your own questions only. I want the answers. That is only your assignment for tomorrow. Additional to that, I'm also adding the additional, but this is the primary assignment. First assignment is this. Every question I want the answer. In this class, how many has framed the questions? More than 40. Rice. More than 40 questions. Anyone? More than 30? Rice. More than 20? Done. Okay. Try to create the maximum number of questions. Add the maximum number of questions. How many number of questions are possible? Try to add. And so after adding the maximum number of questions, if you extract and if you observe, that is only called as data analysis. Remember, you have to do the data analytics project and you have to present in front of me. You are going to show the presentation. You have to present in front of me and to others also. You have to do that in the future. I'll say when, don't ask now. That time will come. Okay. On that day, remember, I will not share the questions. Point is very clear. I will not give the questions. In the class projects, I will create the questions, but which you are going to do on your own project, questions will not be created by me. You only have to create the questions. How many number of questions you can create? That many. Once you present, after presentation, if all the questions are covered, means I will not ask any question. For example, you have missed some of the questions, then I will ask them as a doubts. Making others less doubts. For example, when I am explaining the class, if the students are not asking more number of doubts, means what is the reason? Means you are explaining more clearly. So when the clarity is more, other questions will be less. When you are not explaining this one, that one, you have not explained all the different types of examples, then automatically others will come and they'll ask the questions. When you cover in the class, they cannot ask. Points are clear? Now, coming to this one. So as I've told you, data analysis means creating the questions. Now, based on the questions, all the course will be decided. Now here just already I told you what is iLock. iLock is extracting the data, particular rows and columns based on the rows. Now what is this one? What this indicates? All rows. What this indicates? Column index number 2. And what are the column index number 2 is there? That one you are going to get the output. Perfect, guys. Nice. Now, next, lock. What is the difference between the iLock versus lock? So if you are working on the column name or row name, you have to use the lock. When you are working on the index number, row index number or column index number, you have to use the iLock. Right? Now, so we are going to use the iLock or lock. Answer will be the same. Only difference internally we have to write the here index number. If you write here, you have to write the column name. Similarly, row also. Row index number you write, a row name you have to write here. What is row names means? Which are visible. That is called as row names. Right? And next, now how to convert? So what is this meaning? df of bracket within that total bill and tip. What is the meaning of this? So you are extracting the two columns. What are the two columns? Total bill and tip. Two columns you are extracting at a time. Okay. Now, how to convert a pandas series to 1D array? How to convert a pandas series to 1D array means you are going to convert by using the 2 numpy. You are using 2 numpy. How to convert to list? Dot to list. To convert to array means 2 numpy. Next, similarly, if you want to convert a data frame, what are the data frame is there? Data frame, when you try to convert, data frame means 2 columns. When you try to convert as a numpy, it gives as a 2D array. So first row as first, second row, third row, like this, each row. So this is your DF. In the DF, you are considering only the total bill and tip column. And tip column and total bill, first row, what is the first row? 16.99 comma 1.01 followed by 10.34 comma 1.66, like this one row. So for example, if I take the entire DF instead of 2 columns, if I take entire DF to numpy, see, first row, first, second row, like this, each row, that is 16.99, 1.01, female comma no, Sunday, dinner, and 2. So dot indicates what? Multiple values are there. Row. Right? Now, next one is what is meant by filtering? How to extract the data either by using the ilog or log. And what is meant by filtering means selecting or extracting the data based on the condition. You are writing one condition and based on the condition you are trying to extract. Now, what is the output of this one? DF of smoker is equal to no. What is the output? All the rows wherever the smoker is equal to no. That is your requirement. For this, what is the question first? Without question code is there. What is the question? What is the question? I want all the transactions with non-smoker. Want with non-smoker transactions. Non-smoker transactions. What are the transactions are there? Transactions means records. Non-smoker transactions means wherever you are having the no. Those are separated. I want transaction records wherever the smokers are there. What I have to write? Instead of no, yes. Right? Now, I want the Sunday records. To extract all the Sunday records, I'm going to use the DF of day is equal to Sunday. Now, I want to extract the records with both Sunday, either it is Sunday or Saturday. Either Sunday or Saturday. What is this? What is the code for this? DF of day. Okay. DF of day is equal to Sunday. This is condition 1. Condition 2, DF of day is equal to Saturday. This is condition number 2. And these two conditions we are going to write inside the DF. This is one way. Second way is DF of day dot is in. One is either Sunday, either Saturday. In this, out of 2, any one is okay. If it is available in this, it has to be selected. Otherwise, it has to be not to select. Out of these 2, whichever you feel easy, that one. Sir, when we have to go with this one means when you want the multiple hours, instead of writing, for example, 7 days are there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, I want in terms of other than Saturday, remaining everything. Then what I have to do? Not equal to Saturday, I will take. Okay, that is easy. I want with respect to Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is my requirement. 3 days I don't want. 4 days I want. Then in that case, go with the is in. This will be easy. Instead of going with the or. Even with the or also you can write, but you have to write the 4 conditions. Instead of writing 4 condition or like that, you can write directly is in. Okay, both will give the same answer. If you write is in Sunday, Thursday, Friday, means all the records of Sunday, Thursday, Friday will be included. How many records are there? 157 records are there. If you write like this also, or also same answer, same 157. If you write using the is in, or whether you are writing like this, answers will be the same. Choice is yours, right? Next, so you know how to extract the not. Using the not, how to extract the data. Not gender is equal to female. Not gender is equal to female means it is male. Or simply you can write here, gender is not equal to male. In this case also. Now, in which case you will get for example, in your categories, male, female, transgender, three category people are there. Okay, 3 different category people are there. Now, here, if I write not equal to female, what is the output? Both male and transgenders will be selected. Okay, two category people will be selected. For example, if I write here equal to female means females only will be selected. And if I write not also here, again 2 categories will be selected. That is your choice. You can write not here, you can write not here. Sir, then what is the advantage of not here means when you are writing the multiple conditions, na? Multiple conditions, not overall not will be applied. Not on individual condition. What is the difference between the not equal to operator versus logical not? Not equal to operator is there. Not is this one also is there in the core Python. What is the difference means? One is comparison operator, one is logical operator. When we are going to use the logical operator, logical operators always will be used when you are having the multiple conditions. Comparison operator is used when you are having a single condition. The advantage of logical operator is when you are having the multiple conditions you have to apply. Okay. Now, similarly, what is this? And. Okay. Now, here one of the student is asking the question, sir, still it is extracting the data with the between dots. I want everything. All the 157 records has to be visible means then what you have to do? You have to execute the maximum number of rows is equal to none. Once you execute this one, and then if you execute here, all the values will be visible. All the 157 will be visible now. Every record will be visible. In this case, you will not see the dots. All the records will be visible. Govardhan Reddy. Right? Now, so total bill is greater than 10, at the same time female. Total bill is greater than 10 and gender is equal to male. Just we are going to observe how many females has made the overall bill amount of this. Now, when you write here set underscore display maximum rows, it shows all the rows. But I want the total rows. Total rows, how to check? Dot shape. When you see the dot shape, how many females are there with the total bill greater than 10? 81 people are there. 81 rows. Columns are 7, but rows are 81. How many males are there with the total bill greater than 10? 146. Right? Now, similarly, you are going to check in this particular restaurant, how many people are making with the female more than $40 and males with the more than $40. Right? Now, like that, you are going to add the filter and you are going to get the data. Next, last 3 of them is there within the pandas. 3 concepts are left. What are those 3 concepts? One by one, we are going to discuss now. First one is called as discretization. Second one is called as crosstab. And third one is called as group by. Total three are there. Okay, these are the three different concepts was left. So let's start discussing one by one. Discretization. What is meant by discretization? Heading is discretization. Okay, function name is called as pd.cut. This function will do the discretization. Function name is called as pd.cut. This function I'm going to explain. What is the advantage of this function means it is going to apply the discretization basically. Now what is meant by discretization? Converting continuous variable to categorical variable. Converting continuous variable to categorical variable is called as discretization. Converting continuous variable to categorical variable is called as discretization. Right? Sir, in the same way, can we convert a categorical to continuous variable? No. Categorical variable cannot be converted to continuous. Why, sir? We'll see one by one. Now, let's take like this here. Some of the students' marks are there. In this class, marks are there. Marks of 100 students are there. 100 students marks. Now, what are the 100 students marks I'm having? Now, I want to check wherever the students marks is less than 70 as one category, more than 70 to 80 as one category, 80 to 90 as one category, and more than 90 as one category. This is my requirement. Okay, let's take an example here. Here I'm having in terms of in this data, total bill is there. Okay, total bill. Okay, let's go with this one only. Total bill. Total bill, I'm having the values. Some values are there. In this total bill, who are paying the bill amount 0 to 10 amount? 10. I want to consider them as one category. 10 to 30, I want to consider as one category. 30 to 40, I want to consider as one category. And 40 to 50, I want to consider as one category. Now, up to 50 only, sir. 60, 70, you will not add up. So, before doing the discretization, before to that, first you have to cross check. Just a minute, guys. Here I have closed the kernel in a flow. Okay. Now, so here again, I'm going to import the pandas. Done. Okay. Now, discretization. Just I want to consider the categories like this. So before moving to this, first you have to take the total bill amount. Okay, what is the total bill amount you are having? Bill amount, and you have to check the minimum value. What is the minimum value? You will get the minimum value as 3.07. Similarly, you have to check the what is the maximum value also. Dot maximum value. Maximum value is 50.81. So here I'm going to consider 0 to 10 as one category, 10 to 30 as one category, 30 to 40 as one category, 40 to 51 as one category. Okay, this is my requirement. And this is the interval. Interval, or which is also called as bin size. And the category name. What is the category name I'm going to give? You can choose the category name of your choice. What are the category name you are interested? For example, this I will consider as less amount of bill, low bill. Okay. Next, 10 to 30, I will consider as moderate bill or average or something. Okay, this is good or this is excellent. Okay, what are the category names you are interested? Or simply I will consider as instead of these categories or something like this: low bill, medium, average bill, 10 to 30. I'll consider as 10 to instead of 10 to 30, 40 as average category, average bill amount, and 40 to 51 I'll consider as high bill amount. These are names as per your requirement. Now I'm going to cut the data like this. All right. So here see 0 to first. What is the first category? 0 to 10. So here I'm using the PD dot cut. Which one I'm going to cut? Total bill amount. Into how many parts? First part is called as 0 to 10 is 1. Next one is 10 to 40. Next one is 40 to 51. Is the point is clear? These are called as bins. Now, labels. Labels means nothing but category names. First, what is the first bin? 0 to 10. For 0 to 10, what is the name I want to give? Low. Second one, what is the second bin? 10 to 40. For 10 to 40, I want to give medium or average bill. Okay. Now, next, I want to take 40 to 51 as the category as high. So total 3 names. And once I click on this, it is going to create a new column called as bill underscore category. Now, if I print here DF, if I print the DF, can you see here? Average. Why it is showing average? Because 16.99 belongs to the 10 to 40. 10.34 belongs to the average. 21 point average. Now what is the advantage of this one, sir? Very simple. Once I have created this one, now I'm going to check in this particular restaurant. Many people are doing with the high biller, low biller, average biller. Means most of the people are from the average. Low bills are 70, high bills are 10. Means in this particular restaurant, who are making the bill amount of more than 40 is very less number of people are there. Now to attract these people into the more than 40, so we are going to release some kind of offer. Now in this class, most of you are using the Swiggy or Zomato. Okay, either you have used or you have seen something. Now when you are opening the Swiggy or Zomato and when you are trying to order, you will get for different restaurants different kinds of offers. Same offer will not be applicable on all the restaurants. One restaurant will give one type of offer. For example, for one of the restaurant, if you pay 399 and above, you will get flat 50 rupees discount. For one of the restaurant, if you do 149 and above also, you will get in terms of 20 rupees or 50 rupees discount. For one of the restaurant, if you do even 2,999 rupees also, flat 50 rupees discount. It depends for how they have selected this number. To give that offer, how they have selected means for a particular restaurant, 399 and above only, if you are getting the discount, means for them up to 399, it is common for them. They are getting the number of people like that. They are getting the number of people in that way. So now they want to improve their business. For improving their business, what they are doing is to attract the more number of people with the more than 399. They are giving the offer. For example, a person has made a bill of 349. But if you make a bill of 299, you will get a 100% 100 rupees discount. 100 rupees discount is the offer. No, but your bill amount is only 349. What you are going to do? Balance 50 rupees will eat and we'll take the 100 rupees discount. Now, what are the item we are going to set now? That is also free. Additional 50 rupees also will get free. Right? That is only logic, right? So now 399, they are giving 100 rupees discount. Bill is 349. So add one more, some 50 rupees. Now you'll get 399. Now you, from this they are going to remove the 100. Means it literally this 50 rupees item is free of cost for you, right? You got it free of cost by taking that 50 rupees, adding that one. You got the free of cost, that 50 rupees. Additional to that, additional 50 rupees also you have got. Finally, you are going to pay only 299. Now this logic will be applied by the customers. By adding this one, we'll get the less cost now, this one, that one. They'll add the logical thinking. The customers will think, okay, by adding this one, we'll get the less cost. But from the restaurant owner, sir, restaurant owner, it is going to be lost, no, sir. Means for restaurant owner, the additional 50 rupees you are going to purchase one more item is there, na? By maybe that item you might be more like in the future. Who knows? See, you are going to the same restaurant for the multiple times, means what is the meaning? In that all the items you are interested, maybe one or two items also you are very more close, and that is the reason you will get attracted towards that. Same. Is the point is clear? So just we are going to divide the data into the categories like this. Now let me explain with one more example. That example is this one. So here I'm having one more example called as, there is one data set called as stroke prediction data. Stroke means brain stroke, paralysis stroke. So some people has got the paralysis stroke, some people has not got the paralysis stroke. Okay. So this data set consists of 43,400 records. Records are there. 43,400 records. Now in this 43,400 records, how many of them are having with the stroke problem? How many of them are not having the stroke problem? Is just 1 minute. So just I'm trying to load this data, and just I'm going to take in terms of like this. DF of stroke. What are the stroke is there? Last column name is stroke. Stroke dot value counts. I'm just applying the value counts. When I apply the value counts, how many people are having the stroke problem? 783. How many of them are not having the stroke problem? 42,617. Right? Now the point is, my question is, out of these 783 people who has got the stroke problem, in that how many people are children's? How many of them are youngsters? How many of them are middle-aged people? Like this is my requirement. But my data was given only with the age column. Children was not there or anything is not there. Now what I have done is, I have done the discretization. That is, I have converted the age. Wherever the age is between 0 to 12, I have considered them as children. After 12 to 19, I have considered them as teenagers. 19 to 30, I have considered them as youngsters. 30 to 60, middle-aged people. More than 60, old-age people. So once I have classified like that, after classifying, then I have observed within the children, how many of them are getting the stroke problem? Within the teenagers, how many of them are getting the stroke problem? For my analysis purpose, so I have done the discretization. Is the point is clear? Just discretization means converting continuous variable to discrete variable. So here also you have converted a continuous variable to discrete variable like this. And after creating a discrete variable, you print the DF. You can see the DF with the new column called as, which was converted, which was added, a new variable. Is the point is clear? Discretization. Now, next one we are having is called as crosstab. This is one of the most important. These two are more important. Why I'm stressing that much of times means you'll understand. For most of your questions, you'll get the answer from this. Even in the yesterday's PPT also, if anyone has observed the PPT, yesterday's PPT, In this, the data analysis step, what are the data analysis step is left? In the data analysis, I have written in the pandas, group by, crosstab, filtering. What is filtering means? Extracting the data based on the condition. Like comparison operator, logical operator. Just now we have completed now. This is only called as filtering. Before to this, what I have told you is called as filtering. These are all called as filtering. Okay. Filtering means based on the condition, extracting the data is called as filtering. So filtering will use for data analysis. At the same time, majorly will use the crosstab and group by. These are the three things which we use majorly in the step 4. Is the point is clear? Now, first let us understand what is crosstab. Crosstab is nothing but, see, here I am having the day dot value counts. Okay, of day value counts. What is the meaning of this? Saturday you are having 87 people, Sunday 76, Thursday 62, Friday 19. Now my requirement is on Sunday 87 transactions are there. Within that, on Saturday 87 transactions, how many of them are morning and how many of them are evening? That is lunchtime and dinner time. That is my requirement. Now see here, I'm going to write the code df of day is equal to Saturday, and this is condition number 1, and df of day is equal to df of day, sorry, not df of day, df of time is equal to dinner. Now what is the output I'm going to get? I will get the records which satisfies the days with Saturday along with the dinner. Total how many records are there, guys? 87 records are there. Saturday, within that Saturday dinner. How many dinner? 87. Now coming to the lunch. Within the Saturday, how many of them are lunch? Can you see with the lunch how many records are there? 0. Lunch has 0. Now similarly for Sunday, let's go for the Sunday. Sunday with lunch, how many records are there? 0. No records are there with the Sunday with dinner and lunch. Sunday is 0 and dinner. Let's see with the dinner. Sunday with dinner. How many records? 76. Next, similarly, let's calculate for the Friday. I'm going to give for the Friday. Friday with dinner. Friday with dinner, how many records are there? So here, instead of counting manually, let us write the shape. What is the shape? How many records? 12. So Friday, Thursday. Okay, dinner and lunch. Dinner, how many are there? 12. Lunch. Let's see for the lunch on Friday with lunch. Friday with lunch, how many records are there? 7 records are there. Now total how many? 12 plus 7. Total 19. So Friday 19. Now here Saturday, what is the total? 87. For Sunday, what is the total? 76. Now for Thursday, let us go with the Thursday finally. Thursday with lunch, how many are there? Thursday lunchtime 61. Thursday dinner time, let's see with the Thursday of dinner. 1 record is there. And what is the total miss? 68. Now for getting this one, how many lines of code I have written? 8 different lines. Thursday with dinner is 1 line. Thursday with lunch is 2nd line. Friday with dinner, Friday with lunch. Saturday with dinner, Saturday with lunch. Sunday with dinner, Sunday with the lunch. Now, if I create a table like this, what is the table miss? In the table, I'm going to take the days. What are the days I'm having? That is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. These are the days. Now, what are the different timings of each day means? One is lunchtime, second one is dinner time. Okay, out alphabetical order. I'm going to keep in the alphabetical order D and L. Now, in the Thursday dinner time, how many are there? 1. Lunchtime, 61. Friday dinner time, 12. Lunchtime, 7. Saturday dinner time, 87, 0. Sunday, 76 and 0. Now, total of each day, 62, 19, 87, 76. What is the total of dinner? Dinner total means on all days of dinner, if you do the calculation of all days of dinner, for this again I have to write the code. So how to write the code for that one means df of time. What are the time is there? Time and dot value counts. Value counts means you are going to get what? In terms of dinner, the total of dinner, if you add all of them, you'll get 176. The total of this one is 176. What is the total of this one? 68. Now I want a table like this. This is my requirement. Finally, I want all these things like this. I want a table in this way. And this concept only called as crosstab. When you write the crosstab, so you are going to get output like this. Is the point is clear? Now, here, Thursday 161, Friday 12 and 7, Saturday 87, 0, Sunday 76 and 0. Sir, why it is showing in this order, sir? Because here we have written as per the week. It is writing as per the alphabet. It is writing as per the alphabet. We are writing as per the week. Sir, okay, internal values are there, but totals are not there. No, sir. Right side total is not there, bottom total is not there. If you want the totals, you have to add the true. So for the same day, what are the days there? Day along with the time. What are the day and time is there? I'm applying the margins is equal to true. Now can you see the totals also? Row wise total, column wise total. Is that clear? So instead of writing the multiple lines of code in one shot, we are going to get output like this. Everyone, yes or no? It is clear or not clear? Crosstab. And crosstab can be applied on the discrete categorical variables. It should not be applied on the time series variables, or it should not be applied on the continuous variables. If you apply on the continuous variable, what is the problem, sir? Means each unique value will be considered as one row. Multiple rows will get. There will be no use. Limited number of rows will be there for the categorical data. For categorical data, categories will be there. For continuous variable, if you consider, instead of here total bill, if I take the total bill, what happens? Let's see. It will not give the error, but there will be no use of doing this one. How many people has made dollar of 3.0 in the lunchtime, done dinner time 5.75? There will be no use. It will not be applied means it will be applied, but there will be no use, because here we want in terms of how many people in the dinner time has made the total bill of 0 to 10. That will have use. Less than $20, that will have the use. So before applying the crosstab on the total bill, instead of this bill category, we have created one new column called bill category. Bill category and time, if you see, how many people has made the less than $10 in the lunchtime and dinner time, and average bill amount dinner time and lunchtime, and high bill amounts dinner time and lunchtime. Now this particular restaurant is getting the high bill amounts, total 10 bill amounts are there. Now in this total bill 10 amounts also, dinner time is more or lunchtime is more? Dinner time is more. Means these people has to concentrate more on the which time? Lunch time. So during the lunch time, they'll give the offer. So barbecue nation, I told you yesterday, right? So how they have decided on this particular day, on this particular time, barbecue also morning of dinner and lunch will be available, right? If you go on a particular dinner time, they'll not give the offer. But if you go for the lunch time, they'll give the offer. Sir, is that possible like that? Give a try. Go to the restaurant. You'll observe now. Even if you go to the Paradise restaurant also, they'll give the offer exactly at 4 o'clock. 4 to 6 offer will be there in the Paradise. Why? Because at that time, who will eat biryani? Another person will eat at the time. So at that time, they want to improve their business. Means to improve their business, they added this one. Points are clear, guys? Next concept is called as group buy. Last concept is called as group buy. What is this concept? Group buy. So here I want the, okay, for example, I want to sell it in terms of df of gender or time. Df of time is equal to, what are the time is there? The time is equal to dinner. What is the output I am going to get for this one? What is the answer of this? It is going to extract the dinner records. Within the dinner records, total 176 dinner records are there. Within that, I'm going to take the total bill. Now, total bill is applied on the overall data or on this particular data. I told you, whenever the bracket, next bracket is there, that bracket will be applied on the previous output from here to here. Do you remember the nested list indexing? L of 0 is there. This 0 will be applied on the LR on the output. Do you remember that one? Same logic. First DF. For the DF, this index is completed. For the output, the next indexing is applied. For the output, next one. So next one I'm writing here in terms of total bill. Now total bill is applied on the original DF or the output of this one. So what are the output you have got? For 170 records only, total bill will be separated. Total bill of 176 records, not of the 244 records, not the entire data. Dot, I'm applying the mean value. What is the mean value? Means average. Now, average total bill of dinner time. During the dinner, what is the average bill amount? Now, similarly, again, one more time, fresh, I'm writing clearly for you, for your understanding. This is your DF. In the DF, how many records are there? 244 records. From this 244 records, I'm applying the indexing. What is the indexing I'm applying is in terms of wherever the time is equal to lunch. Now from 244, it has got to 68 records. For this 68 records, I'm applying the indexing called as total bill. Sir, this indexing, this is also called as indexing only. This is also called as indexing only. This indexing is based on the condition. This indexing is based on the column name. Both are basically called as indexing only. And now you are going to do this 68 records, bill amounts. And for these 68 records, you are going to calculate the mean value. And you got the average. What is the average value? 17.16. Now, how many codes you have written? 2 codes to get the 2 values. Instead of that, now if you take here group by, it is going to group them. So before grouping, it will observe in the time what are the unique values are there. What are the unique values of time? Dinner and lunch. So lunch records are separated, dinner records are separated. In each of them, it will take the total bill. In each of them, it will take the total bill and it will apply the mean for each of them. Okay. And you are going to get the output like this. Total bill spelling mistake. So 20.79, 17.16, same answer. Now group by one more time in a simple way. Okay, let us see the group by function one more time with the simple. So before discussing, now this one is clear first or not? Now let us try with one more example. Let's take a simple example. I will only create the data set in front of you. Just observe. I'm writing here one Excel sheet. I'm taking one Excel sheet. Inside the Excel sheet, I'm having here two columns. Column 1 is called as gender. Column 2 is called as marks. One more time, I'm explaining clearly the group by function. Observe clearly. Okay, first gender male, male, female, female, male, male, female, something you are having like this. Okay, marks. Let's take the marks like this: 50, 45, 90, 80, 75, 80, 55, something like this. Okay, marks and this one. First, I have created the data in front of you. Okay, this is my first step which I have done. Now, what is the first step I'm going to do is df dot group by. Group by. Df means this is the table. Group by. Group by, I'm going to group them the gender wise. Gender wise, I'm going to group. Sir, why you are setting gender only? Here you have to set the categorical variable. Then in that categorical variable, what are the categories are there? One category, one group will be created. Now here in this example, tell me what is the groups you are going to have? In the gender, what are the two groups are there? Male and female. So it is going to take the like this. Okay, copy and this one, copy, and this is one group. This is one group. Two groups are created. What are the column names are there? For these two groups, the column name is applicable. Group by is clear up to here. If anyone has any questions, please ask. Same logic will be applied in the SQL also. If you learn pandas, after learning the pandas and SQL will not take much time. Group by is clear up to here only. Now I'm writing here bracket, I'm adding the bracket marks. Means which column I'm selecting? Marks column. In which group? In both the groups, marks column was separated. In this group, marks column was separated. In this group also, marks column was separated. Is that okay? Everyone, any question? If you are having any question, ask. First, I have spent the group by. Group by means this one. After that, I have written the marks. In where I have applied, this marks should be applied on the original DF or the output. For the output, the marks is applied. Is that clear? In each column, I have separated the marks. And I'm writing the dot min. Now, marks dot minimum in each group. In this group, what is the minimum value? 45. In this group, what is the minimum value? 55. That is the answer. I'm going to get the output like M45, F55. How you have M is here, what are the name is there? That one. Here, what are the name is there? That one. Clear? Sir, this example is clear, sir. Show the same example in the Python. Very simple. Let's create here itself the data set. Again, how much time it will take to create the data frame? Data frame. in that dictionary, in that one of the column name is gender. What are the values I have taken, miss? M. First one is M, followed by again M, followed by F, followed by F, followed by F, sorry, followed by M, followed by M, and followed by F. Okay, 7 values. Done. Next one is marks. Next column name is marks. So marks is the column name. Gender is the column name. Colon. List of what are the values I have taken here in this example? 50, 45, 90. 50, 45, 90. Okay. 80, 75. 80, 75. Next one is 80, 55. 80, 55. Right? This is the data frame. Let's print. Same thing. Here, what are you having? MMFF, MMF. Same. Everything. Now, whatever I have shown in the Excel, same thing here. Now, whatever I have written here in this, what I have told you, first group by. So the same code I'm writing here, and output should be this one. M with 45, F with 55. Which will be printed first? Which letter will come first? F letter. F55, M45 it will print. Only difference is that. So df dot group by. Group by means what it is going to do? Groups. 2 groups. Gender group. Within the gender, male group, female group. In each group, I'm going to take the marks column. What are the each group is there? From each groups, I'm going to apply the marks column, and I'm applying the min. From each group, what is the minimum value? So what is the minimum value in the each group means? Gender. It is not there. Spelling. GNDR. DF. This is my DF only, right? DF. So this is my DF. First I have to print this DF. Okay, this is my DF, and for this DF I'm applying. So F55, M45. Is that clear, everyone? Now one more time. DF of group by gender wise, within that marks column dot mean. What happens? DF of group by of gender means it will create 2 groups. This output is DF of group by of gender. This is gender. This is within that marks. When you write marks, this is the output. Up to here, this is the output. With marks, this is the output. Dot mean. Dot mean. What is the meaning of this? It is going to calculate the average of this group marks, average of this group marks. What is the average means? 50 plus 45 plus 75 plus 80 divided by 4. 50 plus 45, 95, 95 plus 75, 170, 170 plus 80, 250, 250 divided by 4, which is 62.5. Okay, for males it is 62.5. For females, 90 plus 80 plus 55 divided by 3. 90 plus 80 is 170, 170 plus 55, which is 225, 225 by 3, which is 75. Right? So females are 75, males are 62.5. That should be the answer here when I do mean. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? Clear how it is working? Group by function is clear? Anyone has group by function question? Now, so same logic. Now tell me what is the group? This meaning is now. First, in this case, when it is applied the group by, what it has done? First, it has separated the dinner records, lunch records. Within the dinner records, it has selected the total bill. Within the lunch records, total bill. And for each of them, lunch wise, what is the average bill amount? And dinner wise, what is the average bill amount? If you want average means average, minimum means minimum, maximum means maximum. Whatever you want, you write that one. You will get accordingly. because min, max, all this will be applied only on the total bill column. Continuous variable only, we can apply the minimum value, maximum value, all these things. Sir, for example, if I do the group by, and after the group by, if I take here smoker, in each group you are selecting the smoker. First group also, second group also. For smoker, can you apply the mean? No. In that case, what you have to apply? Mode. Okay. Up to group by, everyone knows now. After group by, you will get the entire table. But two different tables. One table of dinner table separated. So a table of total bill, tip amount, total bill, tip amount, gender, smoker, time. Okay. What are the things you are having? Everything. But only difference is in the time. Dinner will be one. Second one, you will have all the columns with the time of lunch. These are the two groups will be created. Two different tables will be created. From each table, which column you want to extract, select that column. Which are the column? Once groups are created, from each group, which column you want to select that column. Sir, I want to select two columns, sir. Okay, two columns you want to select. What are the two columns? One is total bill. Okay. Select the total bill. And what is the second column you want to select in the each group? One is tip amount. These are the two. So now you are going to get from each of them two columns. Again, it is saying that error because df this time this should be df this one. Again, let me execute. This is my latest df because I am using the df for that table which I have created also df, for this one also df. So for what are the df I have selected? Columns not found, total bill. Again, total bill spelling mistake. Right? It has created the groups. Groups are created, but you can't see the groups. You can see only the values. So I want to take the mean value and I'm going to get within the dinner what is the average bill amount and lunch bill amount. Tip also average tip amount for dinner, average tip amount for the lunch. So if you stop up to here, sir, I want to see the two tables, sir, miss, you can't see the two tables. What are the, I have explained here. Sir, you have explained after group by it will create two tables like this. Now up to here only I want to see two tables separate means that is not possible. Okay. Now, for example, if you are doing the group by A comma B, two groups are there. Now, if you write A, then you will see the A group. If you write here B, you will see the B group. A group is lunch group, B group is dinner group. When you store them in the two different variables, because two data frames now. For example, if I group by day wise, when I do the group by day wise, how many groups will be created? 4 groups. Left side, how many variable names I have to create? 4. A, B, C, D. Now in the first A group, what will be there? A group will have the Friday data. B group will have the Saturday data. C group will have the Sunday data. And D group will have the Thursday data. Now, for example, in each group, I'm adding the total bill only. I'm going to take only the total bill in each group. Now, in the A, which one will be stored? In the A, that group total bill only will be stored. Only a single column is stored. Within the A now, see, only one column was stored. Earlier, entire data was stored. Now, single column. In each group, one column only will be stored. Is the point is clear? Now, here also one column was stored. Here also one column was stored. Here also one column was stored. Right? So, what are the groups it has created? You are storing the each group. Each group you are storing one. This table you have to give one name. This is DF. After grouping, give the name this one as A, this one as B. That is considered as one group. This is considered as one group. Okay. So here whatever I have explained in the Excel sheet, again I'm showing the same data here. In the pandas, I'm trying to load the same data so that you can understand the same example clearly. So when I write the group by gender, it is going to create the two groups. Two groups. I'm going to group the group 1, group 2, two names. Okay. Now A group is which one? This one. What is B group? This one. Alphabetical order. Which alphabet will come first? Female. So female will be considered as A group. This one will be considered as B group. Now A will store. See, what is the A? Female, 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 90, 80, 55. This data is there here. B. What is the B? Male group. Can you see the male group? Point is clear. This is DF of group by only, up to group by. Now I'm adding in each group, what I'm selecting? Marks. Now in the first group, now in the A group, what will be there? Within the A, now what will be stored? Only the marks column will be stored. What are the marks? 90, 80, 55. Up to this one only will be stored here. 90, 80, 55. Within the B, 4 values will be stored. Is that clear? Everyone. Next, for each group, dot mean. Dot mean means for this group, what is the mean value? For this group, what is the mean value? For this group, 75 is the mean value. That 75 will be stored in the A. In this group, what is the mean value? 62.5. That value will be stored in the B. A is 75, B is 62.5. Step by step, everyone. Clear or not clear? So, in today's class, majorly we have focused on the filtering, discretization, cross tab, group by. These are the main points which we have done in the today's class. So please go through the notes and try to understand, complete what are the questions you have written in the notes. I want the answers of each and every question. Okay. And along with that, I'm going to share you one more data set and you have to complete for that data set your practice. Monday exam. Tomorrow, instead of tomorrow, Monday is the exam, so that you'll have the time for your practice. Monday is the exam at 4 o'clock. Monday exam at 4. 4 o'clock you have to come to Naresh IT for exam at 4 o'clock. Monday. If you are available, please come. If you are not available, please take the exam online. Right? It is not a programming test. It is not a programming test. It is an interview based test. So programming based test is not this week. It will be conducted in the next week. Okay. Monday, remember two things. Today, what you have to do after the class? Again, I'm writing clearly. First, revise. Whatever we have discussed, revise all the topics. After revision, practice with your questions. You have created some questions now. Try to solve the answers for your questions. After that, I will share one data set, right, as a task. I'm going to share the data set as a task along with the questions. I'll share you the questions also, and you have to complete for those questions, and you have to complete this task. When? By tomorrow. This one you have to try to complete by tomorrow. And after this, once all these things are completed, revise all the interview questions from the day 1. Revise all interview questions with all the topics. Revise all the interview questions. Once you revise all the interview questions, what are the interview questions you are having? Revise all the interview questions. Once interview questions are completed, we are going to have Monday at 4 o'clock. You will have the test. Okay, you are having the test, and this test is interview test. Means in the real life, in the interviews, what type of questions will be asked? that questions. Theoretical question test. It is not MCQ. You have to write the theoretical answers. If I ask in the real time in the interview, if on what is the difference between I lock versus lock? How you will say with your mouth? The same thing you write on a paper. Don't use the table. In the interview, you will not say that, sir, take left side I lock, sir, right side lock. This side, these are the points. This side, these are the points. You will not say like this, right? So how you will speak in the interview? Same way you write the test. Okay, assume that I'm asking the question and write the answers. This is the interview test, which is theoretical questions. Okay, and Monday your test from 4 to 1 hour, 1 hour or 1.5 hour, 4 to 5:30 will be there. And at the 7:30 tomorrow there is not even class also available. There is no class. There is no class. There is no test. Only revision. Your practice, enough time for your practice you are going to get. Monday 7:30 we will discuss the statistics. What are the statistics we have completed previously? From there we'll continue. So please go through the recording also. So Monday after 4 to 5:30, 4 to 5:30, what you have to do is test. You have to take the test from 4 to 5:30. From on Monday, from 5:30 to 5:30 to 6, you take the break. 6 to 7:30 before attending the today's class, I mean Monday's class. 6 to 7:30, go through the recording of the statistics. What are the statistics is there? First you go through the recording, statistics recording, and 7:30 you attend the class. Then statistics class will be easy. If you don't revise the previous miss, Monday's statistics class you will not understand. Right guys? Please go through the recording of statistics Monday only. No need to go through now. As of now, prepare only the pandas. Prepare in terms of data set and task. Clear guys? Anyone, any questions? If you are having any questions, please ask. If no questions, you can leave. Sir, now you will gonna share the data set and PDF for already uploaded. Govardhan Reddy. Just open. Govardhan Reddy, already I have shared you the data set and this one. Yesterday's, what are the 2.2 pandas is there? Now scroll up. 2.2 pandas, just scroll up. You'll find the today's notes. What are the pandas notes is there? Scroll up. Right? Next, Govardhan Reddy. Question is clear, right? Next, Sai Reddy. I'm going to upload the answers of second last test. What are the one is there? I'm going to upload the answers. You can cross check once. I'll upload the answers. Sai Reddy. Krishna Sai Reddy. Right? Done.